Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Final answer.
You got it. It's Indiana Jones and Colonel Skull. My bad. That's my bad. I shouldn't have put it in twice. That's a mistake on my part.
Is that
welcome to round 4.
Is that cake?
It is ice cream cake.
You're hurting my wife. She's very sick. We were just filming a fandom match and she threw up in the middle of it.
Actually?
Yeah. Well, I was during a post match. You were like, Tim walked away again. And I was like, me and Ellie and Bucky are helping Maggie.
What were Ellie and Bucky doing?
Well, I was sitting here with Ellie, and then they heard Maggie go, "Hoo!" And they both at the same time went towards the bathroom. And then Ellie went down. And I put her on the ground, and she grabbed my hand and just made a beeline for the bathroom. And I was like, Jesus. And I thought the door was closed all the way, but Ellie just pushed it open. I was like, great. And then she saw Maggie and went, Mama. And I was like, Mama is busy. What kind of ice cream cake? I'm not sick, so I don't care.
Carvel. Wow, that's fucked up. Carvel. It's from Anna's birthday, which was last week, but realistically in 2 days.
Aren't you surprising her or something?
Yeah, but now she knows. I'm like I told her to meet me.
You were very specific.
I'll tell you, she's not here yet. We're going to see Wicked on Broadway.
Oh, nice. Sexy.
But I've told her to meet me in the city at this time on this day, so she knows something's happening.
She knows something's up. Yeah, you were very explicit in your, if they suggest this time for that match, I can't do it. And I was like,
I like to surprise people. What's the best birthday gift you ever got, Timothy?
Ooh. Birthday gift.
Mm-hmm.
Probably my bride. We got married right after my birthday, right? No?
Your bride?
I don't know. I honestly, there's nothing that comes to mind. There's not. Would you say I don't like gifts? I would like being surprised with a gift every now and then, but I also am at the age where if I need something or want something, I buy it for myself. You know what? No, I can think of something. When I was a sophomore in high school, my parents bought my first bass guitar. That was a pretty good one. That was a big one.
Nice.
I had been playing for about a year, and but I never owned my own. I was always borrowing from someone else. And that was when my band was getting a lot more serious, and so I needed the instrument.
But you don't play that instrument, so I'm confused.
I do play that instrument. That's
but
just not
in the band.
It is no longer my main instrument. In that band, I did. In that band, I was the bassist.
Really?
Yes, in that band, I was the bassist and one of the two singers. And then now I am pretty much exclusively on the drums. Though I did play bass for a service like a month ago. When they need it, I can fill in.
Did you slap it?
I did not slap the bass itself. But I thought I did pretty decent for having not played in like a year.
When you play it, do you play it down here or like up here?
Slapping the bass. Low. Did you know that my dad also plays the bass? He taught himself how to play when he was like in his late 50s. He was just like, I'm going to learn how to do this. And just.
That's very impressive. And I mean no offense by the words I'm about to say. Of all the instruments you could teach yourself how to play,
it's the easiest.
It kind of feels like the easiest. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's
still impressive. Like I can't play the bass, and I know many people who could try to teach themselves to play the bass and not succeed.
Yeah, so for the bass, it's like to be able to go out and just play the notes. Very easy. That is what I can do. I am much better at the drums than I am at the bass. But like to go out and just be like, okay, the chord progression is like F sharp, E, A, D. You could go out and just be like, you can like do that and make it sound fine. My dad, he's way better than me at this point, like can play octaves and does all this fancy stuff. Like I'm just like,
nice. Yeah, like
my dad is like,
I guess it should rephrase. It's not something you just pick up and be amazing at.
No,
like
but it's definitely like of all of the instruments. Yes, I would agree.
Someone with a general sense of rhythm could pick the thing up and be like, "Yeah, I can play like a 4-chord progression for you, like over and over again."
Correct.
Do you want to know what my best gift was? You're never gonna guess if you're trying to guess, but go on.
A Nintendo GameCube.
No, Tim. My best birthday gift, was the gift of sight.
LASIK.
Yeah, my parents got me LASIK surgery when I was. How old was I?
We
25?
were friends. We were friends at this point. So yeah.
24, 25, like not too long ago.
How old are we?
Yeah. No, how old are we now?
30?
Yeah, we're old. This year's gonna suck.
Ooh.
But it's okay. We'll be fine.
Should we throw a Tim and Nick turn 30 bash extravaganza?
It would have to be halfway between.
What's halfway between August 12th and
October?
I want to say October 38th. No, it's October 2nd.
You're kidding, right?
October.
This is still part of the joke.
No, I'm dead. I'm terrible with birthdays. You're definitely in October.
Tim, the whole thing is our birthdays are on the same day.
Oh, are they? Is it the 12th?
Yes.
Nice.
So halfway between would be
Maggie, September.
You're lucky we're on camera. I'd be licking this plate.
Maggie said February would be halfway.
That is true between like mine and yours. But...
Yes. Yeah, no, I think we can make it happen. We can do it. There was something else I was gonna say now about birthdays, and you got me all hyped, got me all excited, and now I don't remember. I don't like birthdays.
Like your own or anyone's?
My own particularly. Like I don't like being the center of attention when it comes to I like being the
when
center
you didn't
of attention.
Do anything.
Yeah, like I like being the center of attention when it's like, ooh, I just won a trivia match and like I'm being interviewed for the post match. Like that's great. Or the time, I won a trivia match and I wasn't interviewed at all because Robert talked the whole time. But sorry, Maggie. But so I enjoyed that. Or even when I was in a band or I was in plays and stuff in high school, I enjoyed that. But when it's like, yeah, my birthday and I'm being told like,
I have a question. Can I ask you a question?
Are you gonna ask me to give you 10?
No, I wasn't gonna do
okay.
that. I don't have one of those ready. No. Is Maggie's there? I know she's not feeling well, but I'd be curious. I think birthdays should really be a celebration of the mother.
And Maggie's given she's in on that.
Not only would it incentivize people to have more children. Think about it. You got 10 kids. That's 10 times a year you get celebrated.
They get 2. They get Mother's Day and their own birthday.
No. Every mother I know thinks Mother's Day is more of a chore for them.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, I'm with you though. I would be okay with that. That's fair.
Great.
But anyway, I don't like my birthday. It's not my favorite day. I'm not a big fan. I feel similarly to Christmas, but not as much. I'm not a
With
huge
that,
Christmas
it's like
fan.
something happened worth celebrating, and not that. Oh wow,
Yes,
that
the
was awful.
actual holiday, yes, but the
Like get
the actual
together.
like family get together, I kind of dread it until it's
Mm.
happening, and then I'm okay.
I've
Um,
grown more partial to it as the years go on, but now that I live far away
yeah,
and we have two different families, like I'm starting to experience the like, okay, we have to go here and then here, and we have to make sure we hit them up this weekend, and it's just it can be a lot.
I don't like like I said earlier, if I need something or want something, I get it for myself. So we live in an age now, and I've made this complaint many times that like nobody wants to just like get gifts for people
Mm.
anymore. And so like for years I'll just have people like, what do you want for your birthday? Like, what do you want for this? And I'm like, just like, can you just like
Money.
no, see, I would much prefer like if you're going, you don't need to get me anything, is number
True.
one.
Yeah.
I usually tell my I don't think my siblings have gotten me anything for my birthday the last 2 or 3 years because I've straight up told them like, don't worry about it. Like, hang out with me. Like,
Yes, I
let's
agree.
go get dinner. Let's go do something like that. I would much rather do that. Like, you don't need to
Mhm.
get me a gift. But like if you feel so inclined that you need to get me something, like put some thought into it. Like think about it and do it. I would appreciate that. But like for people to just like badger you and be like, what do you want for your birthday? What do you want for your birthday? And then they give you like a $20 gift card to Chuck E. Cheese. I'm
This
just like,
is
I'm not
this is
vibing
going
with
to get me into a whole rant, but I'll try and keep it short on the
that.
just the general nature of gift giving and more so the idea of secret Santas. You know what the trend for secret Santa is nowadays?
Isn't the whole trend that isn't it what it's supposed to be? You draw a name and then you buy a gift for that person, right?
Right.
Yeah,
That's what Secret Santa has always been. That's
yeah.
not like the
So
trend.
what
But
do you
what
mean
is
the
happening
trend? What do you mean?
in recent years with Secret Santa, a lot of people set them up on like these websites that like do the randomizing for you and stuff like that.
We
And a
just
lot of these websites have the ability for you to literally link to Amazon
I
for,
hate that shit.
for things you want.
Yeah, that I hate. And that's not even just a Secret Santa thing. That's just like like I love my sisters. I truly do. But every year, birthdays, Christmas, uh one sister in particular who will never watch this, but others, they all have done it where they just go, here's your niece's shopping list, or
Hmm.
here's their Amazon list, and then they're like, and then the family sets the, oh well, we're gonna do like a $30 limit, and everything is like a $80 Lego set or $100 this and a $60 video game, and it's just like, what the fuck are we doing? Like in the last out of the last 3 years, I've gotten my sister-in-law 2 times for Secret Santa because we do Secret Santa,
Yeah.
and I don't know her very well.
Mm.
I We just don't interact all that often.
Sure, sure.
Probably not the best thing, but it is what it is. We just don't. But I know enough about her that I've not once had to be like, hey, what should I get her for? Like I've had to think about it. Who is this person? What do they like? What should I get them? And
Mm.
I've actually like I've told Maggie, we've actively gotten things that aren't on their Christmas lists sometimes because we're like, no, like we're gonna like, especially
Yes,
for the kids.
exactly.
Maggie does not feel that way, but I feel that way. Like I'm like, if we're gonna give, like put some thought into it.
Correct. It was the worst thing in the world. It was like I got to San Diego and we in my new office, which wound up sucking by the way, but my new office did a Secret Santa towards the end of first semester, and the guy I got literally put on his thing like I want this water bottle in this color, blah blah, and I was like, okay, I don't know you that well, and I guess I have to get this for you now because if I get anything else, you're gonna be like, "What the hell, bro?" Like I
Yeah.
literally told you what to get me. I also got him like a little dog toy because I knew he had a dog, and I was like, "Look, everyone, like this is how you like kind of think of and get to know other people."
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the general idea when people ask you like, "What do you want?" and it's like, "Do you know?" Like I don't know. What do I like?
Okay, yeah, I
Or
guess
like
I
get me
should.
something, and if I hate it, like it's okay.
Well, and that's the thing is like I should rephrase. I don't think there's anything wrong with asking people what they want, but not necessarily like not specifically. If that makes sense, like that annoys me. So like, hey Tim, what do you want? And if I were like, what do you want for Christmas? And if I were like, I want the Xbox Series X model 42B controller, like no, if I would say usually my answer is I'm really in need of XYZ and I like these places to shop.
Yeah.
Like go like figure it out. But yeah, no, I
Because if you
this
just
shit stresses me out if you
if
can't.
you just want to no same, and if you're just gonna ask me like, what do you want for your birthday? Just throw me some money.
See, and that's fair.
Think about it, but
Yeah, yes, I agree. But like we've talked about this in the past of like I don't need comparable things in the sense of like if I get you something that like Maggie worries about that a lot. Like, okay, we get this person something that's worth $50. Well, then every gift has to be $50.
Sure.
I don't necessarily think that way. If I find something that's really, really awesome, that's going to be great for this singular person, and I'm going to spend $60, I don't need to then spend $60 on everybody else. I don't feel that way particularly,
sure.
but I get that idea that people feel that way. But what annoys me is when like you set a limit and it's like, let's say my family sets a $60 limit. Everybody goes $60, then one person is like buys you a pack of cigarettes and a condom. Like that, I would be pretty pissed. I'd be like, wow, okay, I got cheaped out, whatever.
That's an odd thing. Sounds like it comes from reality.
Sounds like a Friday night. But
Tim, speaking of a pack of cigarettes and a condom, we have a guest.
We have Javi Madden on the show.
Javi, we're just kidding.
No, we're gonna go
tell you in a minute how kidding we are.
We're gonna go talk to Javi. We already talked to him. It was a
fun time.
It was a really fun time. We had we had a lot of fun talking to Javi about a whole different stuff. I had to be bleeped at one point. It got crazy. So go check out the conversation, and we'll see you on the other side. Welcome. We have Javi here for round 4. Javi's here. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna play a game in a little bit. But first, Javi, how are you? How you doing? How's life? Tell us about Javi.
Good. Yeah, I'm doing good. Life's pretty good. It's a little busy. It's a little hectic, but when is it not? I keep thinking like, in like a week it'll get better. It doesn't. It gets more hectic, arguably. So it's normal. Yeah.
Welcome to being an adult. It's really
I don't like it.
Javi, you're in school, yes?
Yeah. I'm going back to school for accounting.
Accounting. Nice. I knew you had recently told me what it was, and I couldn't remember what it was. Have you taken an actuary exam?
No, I don't know what that is.
That's not what accountants do.
I thought that's what accountants do. What
that's what actuaries do?
What are actuaries?
I went to school to be an actuary for 2 years, and I said, I'm not working at a desk, and now that's what I do. But actuaries assess risk for insurance companies. So like if someone's like, oh, I want life insurance, an actuary will say, okay, you're a smoker, you have bad car history.
Got it. Javi, tell me. Maggie said yes, she understood. Javi, tell me. Always your dream to be an accountant?
No. I never knew what I wanted to do. And then I said, what's a job that won't be the worst in the world, but would make money to support a family someday? And that is currently the trajectory I'm on.
Nice.
So, yeah.
I dig it.
You gotta bust your butt. I got friends that are accountants, and they work a lot, but then they don't work a lot. In season they work a lot, but then off season
that's kind of the Macaw's situation. Like this month, like January, like she has been, which this is releasing in February, I believe, but but Maggie has definitely like in January, like she worked like every night. Like we're talking like every night, getting up at 5 a.m., working until 5 p.m., and then another like 6 p.m. to like 9 p.m., 3 hours every night. But then she'll go all summer where she works at night once a week or once a month, or she'll have those seasons. But like, I think that's every job, but obviously with like lawyers, accountants, things like that, yeah, it's like way more intense about, because you're dealing with like super important things, even though they don't. Yes, to you go, but millions of dollars on the table. That's important versus me when it's like I get really busy at work. It's because Sonic 3 is out and I got to deal with those fucking crackhead children. So, Nick,
I would never want to do that. So that's fair.
You don't want to work at the theater or deal with crack?
I would love to work at a theater, quite frankly, but work with children, no.
Come to Wisconsin. What are you doing?
No, I'm busy.
No, we could have fun.
No. Javi, what you said you're going back to school. What did you do before that?
So I went to school. I graduated. I studied like a philosophy, political sort of thing. So it was like a political philosophy sort of thing. Like it wasn't like exactly political science. It's basically, but it's more like the history of politics and like how it came about and why it came about, which I love. But I'm just fed up with like the political landscape in America in general to work in politics. Like I don't want to.
Maggie has a political science major, don't you? Right? That's your major too, right, Maggie?
It also, I was just say, talking politics makes Tim run away, but
makes me run away.
Regardless of your side of politics, yeah, I can't imagine working in the political landscape either, just because of like how unstable my job would feel.
Yeah, I have a I wouldn't say close friend, but I would say a friend that, how do I put this? A friend of mine from church whose husband I knew before they were married. So I'm not very close with him, but I've known him longer than I've known her. He is a lawyer who specifically like works in politics. Like he was the campaign manager for someone like running for governor and like stuff. Like, so like he does a lot of that stuff. And that's the same thing is like the biggest complaint I've heard from him is just the job security is insane.
Maybe I don't know enough of like the actual like workings within, but like we have a friend who works for a senator, and I'm just like, so if he doesn't get reelected, are you just out of a job?
You're screwed, yeah. But I think, I mean, I guess that is kind of.
But accountants get work no matter who's in charge, so that's good.
Yeah, Javi, do my taxes, bitch. No, I'm kidding.
Please, actually, no, I'm not kidding.
I have an accountant already, so.
I'm not opposed to it, honestly. I've talked about like what kind of accountant I would want to be if I continued studying accounting. And it's probably tax accountants. Like it's on the table. I don't know if that's like the primary one, but that's like I wouldn't hate it. It's a lot of work, like for 3 or 4 months out of the year, and then like the other 8 months, I'm still doing work, but it's significantly less work, and I can spend time with family and friends and whatever. So
that's like just to keep going, it's weird that I'm drawing comparisons to the lawyer thing, but even like Maggie, like they're in those seasons where she's not working on deals for insurance companies and stuff. She doesn't specialize in writing wills, but she's been trained in writing wills, and she's done like a few like pro bono like will things, and like her firm does like a specific thing where they do like a clinic for people to come in and like get free wills drawn up, and so like it could be something too where it's like You know, you specialize in something, you have 4 months that are crazy busy, and then the other, 8 months or whatever, you're doing other shit and rocking and rolling.
Pro bono, Latin for throw me a bone.
The boner, I thought, is what you were gonna say. But Javi, when you're not in school and you're not going through every fandom,
already know the answer to the question you're gonna ask.
What?
I said I think I already know his answer to the question you're gonna ask.
What do you do, Javi?
I'm curious to know what Nick was gonna say I was gonna do.
Watch movies, study fandom, I imagine.
Oh yeah, well he gave the caveat.
I was gonna say other than fandom.
Okay.
I said other than collect data for fandom is what I was.
Oh, that's what I thought. The data was related to accounting. All right, go on.
Yeah, I thought it was study data in terms of like actors, actresses, which is my worst part of fandom. Unrelated.
Same.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have like a super interesting like hobby life or whatever. I have a big family. I live with my family, so like I just hang out with them a lot. I'm the oldest of 7. So yeah, so I've got 6 younger siblings.
How old are you, Javi?
I'm 23. Okay. Yeah. I keep it changes every year, so I have to keep track of it.
Is there like a big
it changes every year.
Every year. Is there like a big gap between your siblings, or are there a couple like twins in there? Or
no, so the next youngest, so I guess next oldest is 22, and then it's 21, and then it's like 16. So the youngest is 8. So like there's a big gap between me and the youngest, but not like
not even like 8. That's 15 years. That's 7 kids in 15 years. That's bless your parents.
Maggie's mom's family. So my mother-in-law's family is also, she is one of 7 as well, where it's 3, the oldest 3 are 3 girls and the oldest 4 are 4 boys. The crazy thing about that is, so what you said that you're the oldest, you're 23, or the youngest is 8. So that's, what did we say?
I guess in 2 days, based on where it is, she'll be 9, but yes.
Okay. Anyway. So that's like 15, 14 years. So for them, it was 12 years. The craziest part of this is that Maggie's oldest aunt, who is her mom's older sister, and the youngest brother, Ted, have the same birthday, 12 years apart. So 7 kids in 12 years, and the first and the last have the same exact birthday, 12 years apart, which I think is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. That is like, that is like God playing a practical joke on like those parents. Like, that is crazy. But anyway, Nick, you have siblings.
Are we cut back in at this point?
Oh, we've been cut back in for a while. We cut out for a while. I did a countdown and everything. We cut out because I said something offensive. And we're going to leave it at that. It wasn't offensive, but it was kind of offensive. Anyway, Nick, you have how many siblings?
I have 2 siblings, Tim.
You're the oldest, though.
No, I'm not.
You're the middle. You're the middle.
I'm forgotten.
You have an older sister and a younger brother.
Yes. What a great conversation we're having.
What about me, Nick? Where's my siblings at?
Oh, you definitely have 2 sisters.
I do have 2 sisters.
Do you have a third sister as well?
I do have a third sister.
Damn.
Yeah, I have 3 sisters.
3 sisters, okay. And you're the youngest.
And I'm the youngest, yeah. I have 3 older sisters. I am the what about you, Javi? What's the split there? Boys and girls.
It's 3 boys, 4 girls.
It's fair. I feel like, though, are there any like twins or anything in the mix there? No. I feel like you being the oldest, though, that's a lot of responsibility. Like, as far as like you have younger sisters.
Do you ever feel like Nora from Cheaper by the Dozen?
Nora's Hillary Duff?
No. Nora's like the old one with the job.
Oh, the one that's the one that looks like she's
the one that's gonna get married to Ashton Kutcher, right?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. Not really. I don't know, because I grew up so close with my younger brother. And he's I don't work out or anything. I'm much more of a nerd than he is. He's like relatively bigger than me. So like I feel like my younger siblings look up to him a lot, which eases a lot of the weight off me. But I think they like still respect me. I hope, as an older brother. But like they're like sometimes it's like, oh, it's time to make a decision. Ricardo, what do you want? Spoiler, my brother's name is Ricardo. That comes out.
Are all 7 of you? You said that you live with your family. Are all 7 of you still in the house?
So yes, except for my sister who's currently at college. So I'm doing school online, and then she's doing
That's right. So 6 of you are still at home.
Yeah.
Do your parents want to die?
No, they honestly, my dad talks about it a lot. He's like, I'm fine with them staying in the home, like, because like they do stuff for us. Like, it's like we get to spend time with them. Like, you know, it's like it's not even like child labor anymore. They're adults, so it's all fine.
That's actually no. That I mean, I lived at home till I was 23 is when I got married. Yeah, I was 23. Maggie was 21. And when we got married, so I moved out for the first time. That was the first time I had ever moved out, was when I was 23. And no, it was very much like granted, I'm the youngest of 4, I'm the only boy, but my dad was similar, where it was like by the time I turned 19, it was very much like I was working full time, I was supporting myself, I paid my own phone, gas, like insurance, like I did all the adult things that my parents. So it was just kind of like, I'm here, I'm living here, I'm not paying rent, but they're not necessarily like, but we're just cohabitating and helping with the things. Because I would imagine, Javi, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but like if your parents were like, hey, you have a 9-year-old sibling, can you do X, Y, and Z to help us out with this sibling? You would be willing to do that because you're a nice guy.
Yeah,
so well, there's give and take, and there's pros and cons.
Sure, yeah. I mean, so my mom is Spanish, my dad is Cuban. Hispanics, I don't want to stereotype, but like at least Cubans have a very big like history of like, I'm turning blue again. This is great. I love this camera, dude. Is that better?
That's better. Yeah.
It's weird. Cubans just have like a culture of like, well, you don't need to move out, so why would you move out? Like my dad was the same way. Like he didn't move out until he got married. So I was like, yeah, all right. Like
cool.
He was like 25 or 6 when he got married. So it's, just having a great time.
Yeah. Nice. Versus Nick, who left at 18 and never went home to his mom. That's not true. You did. I forgot about that. When was that the
You're telling a lot of my story.
when was that the only time you've moved home? When was that?
So let's see here. I lived at home till I was 18, then I went to college, and then I guess I technically like lived at home like 2 or 3 of the summers between.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then actually just 2. I worked at the school during the other summers, but then I moved back home for the summer before I went to California. Went to school in California while I was out there. Moved back home, but got an apartment during COVID because I didn't want to move back home. So I got an apartment like up the street from my parents' house, which was the dumbest thing I've ever done.
The apartment. I don't remember that. The apartment that you had with where you stole the Wi-Fi.
I borrowed it, and it was my cousin's, so it was absolutely.
But that apartment, that was right up the road. Was that after you and me and Cody and Maggie hung out in Kansas City? Was that apartment?
Yes, I was driving home. I was driving home. I lived at my parents' house for like a week, and I was like, not my parents' fault at all. I was just literally like, I can't move back home right now. Like, I need to. Like, I had my own room in college. Like, I never had roommates. Same thing in grad school. So I was just like, I need my own place.
Yeah.
So I went and got an apartment up the street from my parents' house. Dumbest thing, because I spent months of rent I just didn't need to spend because I was literally out working the whole time delivering pizza. So I ended my apartment, moved back home for like 2 months before I moved to New York. So haven't really long-term lived at home in a while.
Yeah, that's fair. Dude, I mean, I think it's I think there is a stereotype of like the nerdy guy who like lives in his parents' basement, but like I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Now, if
that dude grows up and gets super rich, and then because they didn't spend money on
but what I was gonna say was, if you are living at home and you are depending on your parents in a way where they are like 80 years old and you're in your late 30s, mid 40s, like somewhere in there, and you're not doing anything, that is one thing. I think that is an issue you need to grow up.
If you're John
But
C.
if you're
Reilly,
living at home and your parents are cool with it and you're cool with it and you're working and you're doing stuff, all power to you. I no problem for me. I think because I mean I did it. Obviously, Javi's doing it. Like I think a lot of people do it. And honestly, like Maggie and I talk about this all the time. Where like my parents are my best friends. Like I got Nick and I got friends from work and friends from church and stuff. And like there are people that I'm very close with. But like when I like really like. Not everybody has that relationship with their parents, but like I am lucky to be very close to my parents. So if that's your situation, like it's not, I don't see why it's a bad thing. I don't know why there's like there's necessarily like a negative stereotype to it. I'm not saying that was you, Nick. I'm just saying
I just don't like, other than my love, I don't like living with people. So
is Anna the first person you've lived with?
Well, no, like I had roommates freshman year.
You did, okay.
Then I became an RA, and like I lived with my brother and sister and parents.
Well,
growing up, but then I became an RA, had my own room for the rest of college, moved to San Diego, got my own apartment, moved back, got my own apartment, moved to New York. My job provided housing, so I lived by myself. But
I was an RA. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that was my career path for a while, and then I realized higher ed's insane. But anyway,
Maggie is the only person I've lived with other than my parents. Like I've never even done like my sister. Like I used to live in Indiana, and before we moved to Wisconsin, like my sister came out to Wisconsin for school, and she lived with my grandma for like a semester. Like I've never even done anything like that. Like it's always either been my parents and my siblings or Maggie. Like that's all I've known, which is I'm very thankful for, because I don't think I would be good at living alone. I'm a very what's that?
I don't think I would be either. I think I'd be too secluded. Like I'm already kind of a recluse. I feel like if you just gave me like all the space, I'd be like, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take all the space.
I'm the best. I'm the best alone liver on the planet.
I think I'd be really good at it for about a week.
So good.
But I am also the type of person, which sorry if my anybody that employs me hears this, but like if Maggie was gone, like let's say she was gone for like a month, and I could get up in the morning and be like, I'm gonna take a vacation day because I have the hours to use it. I would literally use all my vacation time and sit on the couch and do nothing. But because I have to get up and know that, like, if I don't go to work or if I don't do this, like, Maggie depends on, well, she doesn't really because she makes way more than I do, but she wants to see me go to work. Ellie needs me to go to work. I need to do things for Ellie and Maggie. Like, that's what kind of forces me to, like, get out and do stuff. If I lived alone, I very much feel like I would just, like Javi said, like, I would be very reclusive and, like, not do well emotionally, like, or physically. Yeah.
You'd make friends online out of necessity.
Yeah, do some weird trivia shit. I don't know. Talk about Professor Poopy Pants or something. I don't know.
Lake Titicaca. All right. I'd like to move to our next segment, which I've decided to call "You Got Games."
Great. Insert graphic here for
graphic was inserted already.
Great.
The game in question today is actually brought by our guest. Javi, could you just explain what we're about to do?
Yeah, explain it.
Sure. So there's this show on YouTube. There's a channel called Mr. Sunday Movies. He's an Australian movie guy.
Love him.
He's very funny. His friend Mason is very funny. He's also just in every video, which is great. They do a game called Guess the Movie by the Savage Review, which and I'm not like framing them for anything. They say this all the time. They stole it from BuzzFeed. So this is like they stole it from BuzzFeed and I stole it from them sort of game.
Got it.
I call it's actually the movie Joker. That's what I call the game. Essentially, I went on Letterboxd and I got a bunch of reviews from a bunch of movies, and I'm going to have them. They're going to confer and say final answer on what they think the movie is. We talked about this beforehand. Tim was like, "Oh, you should do it for MCU." I was going to do it for MCU. I decided to do it for Fandom Epic Adventures. So I changed my mind.
Okay.
So curveball.
I will be worse at this.
It's all right. Hey, it should be fine. I think between the two of you.
Should we confer, Javi, or should we play against each other?
I think it's more fun if you can. I think it's more fun if you guys can confer with each other, so you guys can like talk about like, oh, but it's actually this or whatever. So like, I don't know if you're not familiar with Epic Adventures, this might be more fun because you can. I'm saying like as the viewer, so
yeah, let's do that. And no, you can't pull up the list of films.
I cannot pull up the list of films.
No,
you can pull up the list of categories if you want. Like that helps.
Like the franchises that are in the category.
Sorry, not the categories. The franchises in the category.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I have that. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, it's Nick. Do you want to list out the?
Sure. It's Mad Max, Indiana Jones, Pirates of the Caribbean, Middle Earth,
The Mummy.
The Mummy. Usually I forget Mad Max. That's why I said that one first.
I do that too. Yeah. I feel like no offense, I love fandom. But I feel like there's always like one franchise in like the umbrella categories. It's like it doesn't quite like it fits, but it's the odd duck out.
I always forget it.
Yeah.
Like when I'm
there's
always
one.
Out.
Like Mad Max was that. Or it is that.
Well, Mad Max is a very odd duck, not to go off on a whole other tangent, but we literally were like, how do we get Mad Max in? Because Fury Road is great and Furiosa is just coming out. We were like, where do we put it? And we considered a couple places before.
I'm sure you did.
And then we literally, I think on IMDb, the top categories are like adventure and epic or something like that. And we were like, anyway.
Well, in the first one, he's a cop. So I was like, maybe Law and Order, but he's not really a cop anywhere after that. So,
no.
And there is no law or order in any.
No, yeah, it's the opposite.
But anyway, go on.
Great. So I've arranged them in a sort of easy to harder level. Okay. So like we're gonna go.
So we'll see how many we can get in a row.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna keep score throughout the whole thing.
You are great.
Okay, so they're Epic Adventures films. You're gonna give us the review. We have to tell you what the movie is, and Joker could possibly be in there.
Yeah. Okay, yes, there is one the movie Joker. But otherwise it's pretty standard. You guys shouldn't have any problems with it.
And Tim, no writing down which ones we've guessed already. Like make.
Oh yes, sorry. There is no repeats.
Okay.
So
we
once
have
a movie,
our mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Brain time, brain power. Let's go.
All right. So this is the first one. A movie that feels like it's been sailing aimlessly in search of a plot. Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides has all the excitement of a treasure hunt where the treasure turns out to be a map to more tedious adventures. It's like finding a chest full of gold, realizing it's just more paperwork. What's the movie?
Tim, this could be Joker.
I think it might be Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides.
I am, and I'm not even kidding. I'm like 25% sure it's the movie Joker, but we should go with On Stranger Tides.
How on earth would that be Joker?
Just saying. On Stranger Tides, Javi, final answer.
It's On Stranger Tides. You got it.
Good. Oh my god!
I wouldn't trick you guys. That's something I'm aiming to do in this game.
Nervous.
Too much car fighting, not enough talking. Begging for the backstory of the guitar guy, how the tech works, and why they huff spray paint. Literally any context, please.
Fury Road.
Gotta be, yeah. Mad Max.
Mad Max Fury Road. Final answer.
That's correct. It's Mad Max Fury Road.
Okay.
Pretty good.
I love how easy, like the first easy one, they name the movie, and we're already at not naming the movie.
Shiny and Chrome.
Why spoil the world building done in the original three, where the powerful artifacts are derived from actual folklore and religion by using aliens? It doesn't make any sense.
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Yes.
Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Final answer.
That's correct. It's Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal
I was
Skull.
really hoping we'd still be in the part of Easy where the review is like, Indiana Jones does really cool things when he finds that crystal skull in this movie.
Are these reviews from people in the community or just in general?
No, I just found them. I just went through bad reviews and I found which ones I thought were funny or so
that
savage.
Means someone wrote a bad review for Lord of the Rings. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, listen, not all of them are in there.
Most people.
Question: is War of the Rohirrim in this?
No, it's not eligible as of now. I don't know when this is releasing. War of the Rohirrim is not in there.
It probably won't be eligible when this releases.
It's I can tell you when. Just go on though. Let's go.
All right, number 4, Rock.
Okay. All right. Hang on.
Wait.
The okay.
That's it. Just the word.
War of the Rohirrim is eligible February 18th.
Oh, maybe this movie. I don't know.
Okay. Rock.
Rock.
So I'm gonna be real. Oh wait. The Scorpion King. Final answer.
It's the Scorpion King. You got it.
I forgot about. Yeah, forget that's in it.
I was literally about to say I'm really bad at the Mummy.
I was at Pirates with the Crab Rock things.
Oh, that would have been yeah. At World's End. Okay.
Yeah. No, you got it. It's Scorpion King. That's a good pull.
Funny.
Hi guys, I'm Thomas Wayne, and I can't wait to take my failed wife and cringe son out to a movie in the middle of a riot against me.
Okay. So
yes, Tim.
I feel like this has got to be Joker.
Yeah.
Could it with a riot or right? So he's not going to be a dick, and it's going to be like actually. It's better.
Here's the problem, though. They're describing a scene where they walk out of a movie. Perhaps the movie they walked out of was like Raiders of the Lost Ark.
It's not though.
What is it?
I don't know. It's not Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Maybe it's Temple of Doom. Javi, we're gonna say the movie Joker. Final answer.
It's actually the movie Joker. You got it.
Yeah. Okay.
And I saw it on a Letterboxd review said for the movie Joker. It's like, fun fact, they took this movie to see Zorro and the Gay Blade. So that's the name of the movie that they walk out of. So
somewhere in the back of my mind, because it came out in 2019.
I might use that as a future Joker, but I didn't, and now I probably won't because I spoiled it here. That's okay.
Fair.
I was born in September 2002, and I saw this movie in theaters when it first came out. Didn't understand a word they said. Slept through the whole thing. Boring.
Okay, so
2002, we're like right in the middle of Lord of the Rings.
Two Towers is December.
But like they didn't go to the movies when they were an infant. This is probably like a couple. They didn't remember it and say.
So the other thing,
could be Curse of the Black Pearl.
That's what I was gonna say. That's May 03.
I thought it was 05. I still think that's too early then. If it was
Curse of the Black Pearl's 03, and so was Return of the King. I was born. Why would they point out specifically when they were born? And they slept through the whole thing because they were a baby. I think it's got to be Two Towers.
I thought they said. I didn't think we can't repeat these, right? Javi?
You can repeat it as much as you want.
Oh, okay.
Repeat the question.
Sure. It's not a question, but here we go.
Review. Repeat the review, please.
I was born in September 2002, and I saw this movie in theaters when it first came out. Didn't understand a word they said. Slept through the whole thing. Boring.
No wonder you didn't understand a word they said. You slept through it all.
Because they were a baby. It's got to be the Two Towers. And it's going to be some douche saying that it's the Lord of the Rings is boring. It's got to be the Two Towers.
Are you sure it's Two Towers or...
Do you see how many copies of the Lord of the Rings I have down there? It's got to be the Two Towers.
Are you sure it's not Return of the King?
September 02. This is December 02. I think it's got to be.
What parent other than you takes their 2-month-old to go see
the Rings, the Two Towers? Final answer.
It's the Two Towers. You got it.
Wow.
I think the joke is supposed to be I was asleep and I didn't understand anything because I don't speak English yet. I think that was the joke. I don't know if they were being serious.
Yeah, obviously, if they were sleeping, they didn't understand the words. Anyway.
Number 7. You better start believing in overrated movies, Miss Turner. You're in one.
Curse of the Black Pearl. That's not overrated.
I
think it's underrated, if anything.
Well, hang on. Could this be Dead Man's Chest?
No. I mean, yes.
Because
The quote is obviously from the first one.
People weirdly love that movie, and I think it's mid.
People we know weirdly love that movie. I don't think the general populace weirdly loves that movie.
I think we should go safe then. Curse of the Black Pearl.
Curse of the Black Pearl. Final answer.
You got it. It's Curse of the Black Pearl. Yeah.
I'm
See, you guys are doing great. You guys are 7 for 7.
I'm starting to overthink these. Okay.
Yeah. I remember seeing this with a packed audience at a midnight show opening day. The anticipation and excitement died as soon as the desert dog popped out of the dirt mound, and the audience fled the theater silent like a funeral when the credits rolled. I tried revisiting this film again a few years later, and I couldn't watch past the first 30 minutes. A disaster.
Desert dog.
It's gotta be one of the Mummies.
If you're going for a midnight showing,
I'm guessing it's a sequel. I would guess The Mummy Returns, because everyone loved the Mummy. Or actually, isn't the Tomb of the Dragon Emperor the one that everyone hates?
Tomb of the Dragon Emperor is the third one.
Yeah, but doesn't
I don't know how people feel about them as a whole. I
feel like people only like the first one. So I want to say The Mummy Returns as like an anticipated sequel, like you would go to a midnight.
Can we hear it one more time, Javi?
Sure, yeah. I remember seeing this with a packed audience at a midnight show opening day. The anticipation and excitement died as soon as the desert dog popped out of the dirt mound, and the audience fled the theater silent like a funeral when the credits rolled. I tried revisiting this film again a few years later, and I just couldn't watch past the first 30 minutes. A disaster.
He might be fucking with us. I think this is Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Where is there a desert dog?
At the beginning of the movie, a fucking like gopher or some shit comes out of the sand, and people like make fun. Oh, Javi.
You think he's putting doubles in there?
Because he said he wasn't going to repeat, but I feel like he's fucking with us. And that would make sense. It's 2008. Midnight screenings were super popular, and people went out silently because they were upset because they waited so long to get the new film.
We're going to look really dumb if in like The Mummy Returns, like a dog pops up from the desert. But
I don't know. I haven't watched it. I've seen it. I just haven't. Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Final answer.
You got it. It's Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull. My bad. That's my bad. I shouldn't have put it in twice. That's a mistake on my part.
Wow.
That was an accident. That was not on purpose.
I have never felt so high in my life.
So hey, you get the point, despite the fact that I made a mistake. So good job.
Great.
Probably the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. Sexist, unrealistic, and gross. The only thing scary about this movie is how many people like it. Barely finished. Shouldn't have.
What did he say about sexiness?
Did sexist, not sexiness. How did people feel about Furiosa?
Oh.
I know a lot of people like it, but I don't know.
I thought people liked it, so...
Well, this person is confused why people liked it.
Yeah, say it again, Javi.
Yeah. Probably the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. Sexist, unrealistic, and gross. The only thing scary about this movie is how many people like it. Barely finished it. Shouldn't have.
So it's scary. It's supposed to be scary. So maybe one of the Mummies?
No, I think you hit it. I think it's either Fury Road again, and he's fucked up again, or it's Furiosa.
But those aren't supposed to be scary, are they?
Because the thing with... one more time, Javi. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Probably the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. Sexist, unrealistic, and gross. The only thing scary about this movie is how many people like it. Barely finished it. Shouldn't have.
The only thing scary...
That's what I'm saying is I feel like it's supposed to be scary, and the only thing in Epic Adventures that kind of qualifies is the Mummy series.
I just don't know those movies well enough.
Me neither.
So I'd rather take a shot
At Furiosa? Would
I
people
don't-
consider
I
it
don't-
sexist?
I don't think it's sexist. I could see why some idiot would think Fury Road was sexist because there's like Immortan Joe and all the wives and stuff. Like I could see why some imbecile would maybe feel that way. And if you feel that way, I apologize to you. But
I don't apologize. I feel like late 99, early 2000s.
that's also fair. The only thing scary about it was what?
How many people like it?
The Mummy? You want to go The
I
Mummy?
think it might be the first Mummy. Yeah.
The Mummy, final answer.
You got it. It's The Mummy.
Go.
You guys thought you were gonna be bad at this. You
Can't
guys
wait
are
to
going
watch.
9 for 10 right now,
Can't-
or 9 for 9. Sorry, not even 9.
Can't
for
wait
10.
to watch that movie and figure out why it's sexist.
Not really. I don't know why. I don't know why.
There's
I just saw it. I was like, yeah, it
There's
seems
a
like
woman in it, and
I guess there is a woman in it. That is fair. Yeah. Dr. Jones, your whip. Indiana pulls up in his pink Maserati with Shoddy in the passenger side.
Oh, fuck.
Shoddy.
Dr.
Listen,
Jones pulls up.
If it helps, it's one of 4 because Crystal Skull's already been used, so it can't be that one.
It's not Crystal Skull.
I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's not Crystal Skull. I'm on your side, Tim.
He's trying to confuse us.
Correct.
It's not.
Repeat the review, please, Javi.
Sure. Dr. Jones, your whip. Indiana pulls up in his pink Maserati with Shoddy in the passenger side.
Are we sure this isn't Joker? When does he drive a pink Maserati?
He doesn't. It's a joke.
Yeah, but like a nice car. Does he ever drive a nice car?
Yes. Temple of Doom. The beginning.
No, that's short round driving.
The short round. Put some respect on him.
First
They
name
do
short,
not
last
call
name
him
round.
that. What are you talking about?
Oh shit. I don't feel good about this.
Shorty. Wait, Shorty. With Shorty in the passenger seat. Short round.
Shoddy, is that what he said?
Yeah, but that means Shorty. Like Temple of Doom, final answer.
It's Temple of Doom. You got it.
Short
I don't know
round.
if that was the joke. I think it was just supposed to be a quote from the movie because he goes, Dr. Jones, your whip. Like it's short round saying
pulls
it.
up with Shorty, but like Shorty, like short round. That's
Yeah,
definitely
I don't know if that's the joke, but that would make sense. I want the Todd Phillips that directed 3 Hangover movies back.
Wait.
What?
Okay, this is gonna be a long shot.
You think some idiot thinks that Todd Phillips directed Tomb of the Dragon Emperor?
Could this be Joker Folie à Deux?
I don't know, but I feel like that's in here somewhere.
Could it? Because like, or should we go with the more? No, I feel like that's too easy.
If we're gonna get our first one wrong, that's how I would want to get it wrong, Tim.
Joker Folie à Deux.
Yeah.
Final answer.
Holy shit! It's Joker Folie à Deux.
Tim probably read all of these reviews because he just sits there scrolling Letterboxd.
That's great. Holy crap! You guys are 11 for 11 right now. This is
Wild.
great.
Oh my god. Okay.
My bad. I know I said there wouldn't. That's my bad. I shouldn't have put that in there. You get the point, but that's my bad. That was a mistake.
Okay,
that was an
right,
accident.
right.
Happens.
Oh my god.
I wonder why Chris Hemsworth wants to retire.
Furiosa?
Yeah, I mean, I wonder why Chris Hemsworth wants to retire. The only thing I could think of would be like, is there someone in a? Again, I'm very much overthinking this, but are there any other epic adventures films where there's a Hemsworth looking kind of guy? I wonder why Chris Hemsworth wants to retire. Ooh!
Do you think this is Thor: Love and Thunder?
Is Hemsworth's wife in any epic adventure films? It's a sarcastic thing, like, ooh, I wonder why he would want to retire because his wife is so beautiful.
Elsa Pataki?
Yeah.
I don't think that's what they're going for.
No, you think we should just go for the obvious?
Yeah, kind of.
Furiosa, final answer.
It's actually Thor: The Dark World. Oh, that's right. Oh, frick. We're not doing MCU. That's right. My bad. That sneaked in there. That's an accident.
I was close.
That was an accident. That's my bad. It's Thor: The Dark World. I shouldn't have put that in there.
Damn it.
I can't give you the points. Obviously, you guys didn't get it right, but that's my bad. I'll take ownership for that. But you guys did get that wrong.
I'm okay winning or losing that one because we hit the folly do.
I was close. Though.
Also, Elsa Pataki is in an epic adventures film. She is in Furiosa.
No, yes, she is. Yes, she is.
She plays two characters in it too.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, right at the beginning, she's one of the like sisters, and then at the end, or in the middle, she's like one of.
Yeah, in the middle, she's like
she's one of a Morton Joe's people, or not a Morton Joe. Hemsworth.
They fight to be part of Dementis's team or whatever.
Yeah. Great movie.
It is good. I like it a lot.
I'll get there eventually.
You look at that Elrond and tell me they tried.
It's got to be 1978.
Okay.
Yeah.
You seem confident.
1978's The Lord of the Rings. Final answer.
It's 1978's The Lord of the Rings. You got it.
Does Elrond? I haven't watched that in a long time. Does he?
Just based on the review, it's got to be that.
It's bad.
Like my review. Did you know that my review for that movie on Letterboxd is like the 6th highest rated negative review on that movie?
Maybe that was your review.
No, my review is they do Sam dirty in this motherfucker, and it had like 200 and some likes. But anyway,
couldn't even hold my attention. Think Spielberg's Hook, but with an unenticing amount of pig manure.
Pig manure.
Do you think this is Kingdom of the Crystal Skull for a third time?
No.
Are we sure?
Think Spielberg's Hook.
I mean, I think it's an Indiana Jones movie. I don't remember pig manure in Dial of Destiny.
One more time, Javi.
Yep. Couldn't even hold my attention. Think Spielberg's Hook, but with an unenticing amount of pig manure.
I would guess Crystal Skull again.
I trust you.
Oh, I don't, but Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, final answer.
It wouldn't be Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I've already used that. It's Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome.
I just watched that too, and
I did too. I watched it before.
A little bit though, because it's like the Lost Boys, kind of, and like the pig.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I saw it and I was like, oh yeah, a little bit. It kind of is, yeah. I said, but guess what? They're allergic to sand, and then I was right.
Well, that sucks because we were thinking about calling Epic Adventures Sandy Boys.
No, we were not.
Because they all have sand.
When is there sand in Lord of the Rings?
They're like in dirt. They're on a shore at one point.
They're in dirt.
They're on the shore of the river.
Give it to me again, Javi.
Yeah. I said, but guess what? They're allergic to sand. And then I was right.
One of the mummies, probably.
Tomb of the Dragon Emperor, maybe.
Yeah.
Final answer.
It's Dead Man Tell No Tales. Because Salazar can't step on land.
Oh.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I think, again, I can only imagine what the writer was thinking. But I think...
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Rubber pants with holes in the back plus desert equals one burnt sandy ass.
Mad Max. I think it's the first one.
Final answer.
Mad Max the Road Warrior. Excuse me.
Damn, between the two.
We were on such a roll, man, and now we are losing.
Yeah, now we are shit in the bed.
Because I think it's Humongous that just doesn't have like.
Oh yeah, why did there's butt cheeks.
I'm not entirely sure. Inaudible grumpy grumbles, the cinematic equivalent of dragging your surly 86-year-old grandpa out of retirement just so they can spend a few more minutes at their annual college reunion.
Dial of Destiny.
Yeah, that makes the most sense.
He literally retires from a college. He's 86.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Or I don't know how old he is, but I imagine it's around there.
Unless, could it be The Force Awakens?
I hope not.
Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, final answer.
It's Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. You guys have to remember that Star Wars isn't part of Epic Adventures.
You're right. I forget that sometimes.
You guys made the categories. You guys should know this.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Of course.
I was so bored, but there were some genuinely entertaining moments, such as when he got beat up by those kids, when he got beat up again, when he climbed into that fucking refrigerator.
Joker.
Oh!
Final answer.
Holy crap, it's Joker. You got it.
I immediately went Crystal Skull again, but yeah.
That was what I was trying to get
the
you at.
The refrigerator was close, but the beat up by those kids, I was like, yeah, that's gotta be it.
Dang, that was good. I did not think you would get that. I really thought you guys would have fallen for the Joker.
That's funny.
I like that movie.
He crawled into that phrase. Oh, bonus question in the making.
Name 2 fandom films.
There's got to be a third
the
one
title
too,
right?
The
title character
goes into a fridge. Can't think of it. There's probably one.
Oh.
Doesn't exist. Remake with Rachel. How dare you?
Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. Final answer.
It's Tomb of the Dragon Emperor, yeah.
Oh, yeah, because Rachel Weisz isn't there.
Yeah, they replaced. Cut this out if that's a spoiler.
That will be a spoiler. Yes.
Okay, sorry.
Beep.
Bleep it. My bad.
You're good.
Hated this shit. I was 16 when I watched this. Just remember them singing at a table and being like, "Damn, I want to leave."
Unexpected Journey. The Hobbit and Unexpected Journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, Unexpected Journey. You got it.
Yeah.
That was good.
That's what Bilbo Baggins hates.
That was weird.
All right, you got 5 more, and that'll give you your final score after that. They could have shaved off a full 40 minutes just by cutting slow-mo reaction shots where someone's hair blows in the wind.
Ooh.
Slow-mo action shots. I don't think it's pirates.
40 minutes? I can't picture slow-mo action shots in At World's End or anything like that.
Return of the King?
Could have shaved off 40 minutes. I'm trying to think of
Aragorn like running at the. I'm also trying to think of a movie long enough to shave 40 minutes off of.
At World's End would be the one, but yeah, maybe Return of the King. I don't like it.
Be like Battle of the Five Armies, but I don't remember.
That's the shortest of the 3 movies.
They all have long hair. I know there's at least one slow-mo scene where like they charge out of the.
Repeat the review, please, Javi.
They could have shaved off a full 40 minutes just by cutting slow-mo reaction shots where someone's hair blows in the wind.
Slow-mo reaction shots.
When I hear reaction, I'm thinking like I can picture like there's a scene at the end of the Battle of Pelennor Fields where like Éomer's like holding Eowyn and crying, and like that's a slow-mo, but like I can't really think of many other slow-mo moments
in the Two Towers
in that movie. Definitely not Fellowship.
I think we gotta guess.
I think I weirdly feel better about Battle of the Five Armies.
Feel like it's not going to be an epic adventures film, but go on.
The Hobbit, the Battle of the Five Armies, final answer.
It's the Battle of the Five Armies. You got it. See, I don't know why you guys are thinking it's not going to be an epic adventures film. I told you the category was going to be epic adventures.
Because Arthur Fleck crawled into a fridge.
Yeah, but that's I told you there was going to be a Joker.
Yeah,
that's true. You did.
You
that's
did.
Correct.
Mummy Mia, here we go again.
Mummy Returns.
I
don't think we've done that one yet either.
I don't think we have either, but
it's gotta be. Come on.
Oh my god!
If it's not that, it's something we're not gonna guess. Because
hang on, well let's think about it. Mummy Mia. Here we go again. Could it be Dead Man's Chest?
Yeah, but
The Mummy Returns. Final answer.
It's 2017's The Mummy. Oh, that's not eligible in this, is it? That's my bad. That's honestly, that's my mistake.
It should have been.
I can't give you the point.
If that universe had just not sucked, I would love to have that in here. But
I wish I could give you the points for that. Unfortunately, you did not get it, so I can't give you the points.
Great.
Why was there so many parts to this movie? What was the point?
I missed the review because my headphones got up.
No problem.
The review. Oh, go ahead.
Why was there so many parts to this movie? What was the point?
What was
At World's End?
No. I have two thoughts.
Okay.
There's lots of endings to Return of the King.
Okay.
Or Joker Folly Ado.
Yeah.
Joker Folly Ado, final answer.
It's Furiosa, a Mad Max saga.
You idiot. Now you look dumb.
I do look dumb.
Because they split it up. They're like, this part of the movie.
Part 1, part 2. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right, there's two more. I just want you to know, none of these are the movie Joker.
Thanks for the heads up.
Thanks, Javi.
Great. This seemed rushed. This could have been a great franchise, but oh well.
Do you think it's 2017's The Mummy?
No, I think it's Joker. Well, it's not rushed. I mean, the movie came out 5 years later.
Which one, Joker?
Joker 2 came out 5 years after the first one. That's not rushed. This seemed rushed. This could have been
2017's The Mummy. They rushed out a whole universe before their first movie came out.
I don't know that he would do that twice.
Do you think?
Okay, hang on.
Okay. Hanging on.
This seemed rushed. Could have been a great franchise. What was the end of it? Javi?
But oh well.
Okay, are there any other epic adventures films with no sequels? Like we have
no, that's
1978 doesn't count.
No, that's like the whole point of the thing we do. Oh, hello, Anna.
You really think it's 2017's The Mummy?
That's what he just said. Described my feelings about that attempt at a franchise. But also, I don't know. Could be like Furiosa. Could be Fury Road. Could be the Scorpion King again.
It could be the Scorpion King again, actually. Granted, There are like 5 straight to DVD sequels for the Scorpion King.
Interesting. All starring The Rock?
No,
only Scorpion King stars The Rock. Maybe is there a second one? I don't think so.
No,
I'm gonna say 2017's The Mummy. Final answer.
It's The Chronicles of Narnia: The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. Oh, that's not in Epic Adventures anymore. That was an accident. That's
Bill doesn't know that yet.
my bad.
In the future, Bill will find out. But
that's my bad. I wish I could go back in time and replace that with an Epic Adventures film. But I can't time travel. So I'm gonna have to leave it at that one. And then here's the last one. Here's the last question or last review.
Okay.
I only watched the first minutes for Phoenix.
Well, that sucks.
Oh my god.
You want to flip a coin?
There's is there any?
Here's the deal. I think it's gonna be The Last Crusade, and he's trying to get us to guess Joker or Joker.
Why would that be The Last Crusade?
River Phoenix?
Oh yeah, go. It is.
Well,
it is.
Hang on.
No, because he specifically said these last 2 are not Joker.
Right, but
I told it. The Last Crusade. Final answer.
It's The Last Crusade. You got it. It would have helped more. Sorry, I left out a word in this. I only watched the first minutes for River Phoenix. That's my bad. That would have helped more and caused you less pain.
I would have forgotten that.
So you guys got, let me do some quick math here.
Okay.
72% accuracy. Pretty good, considering some of them weren't supposed to be there.
Correct. I'm impressed with that.
18 out of 25. Good job.
Oh my god, that's phenomenal. Javi, thank you for bringing this game.
Fun.
You're very welcome.
We have to do this again in the future because that was a lot of fun. Yeah, no. I'm just happy that I can randomly pull Joker Folly do. And Nick, you hit that last one. That was crazy.
I thought it was obvious.
I'm sleeping.
I guess not, perhaps.
Javi,
this was great. It's been great having you as a guest. Yes, we will have you back as well for more You Got Games.
I'll prepare another one. I'll just have it ready to go.
Fantastic.
Is it going to be fandom related again?
Probably. That's all I do now, which is kind of sad, especially since I feel like I'm getting worse at the game, which sucks.
I don't agree with that.
Well, no matches have happened yet, so obviously we don't know that. But I don't know. I feel like every time I watch a movie, I'm just like, oh, I didn't remember
just because
that.
people think you might be kidding. He's being honest. Like, no matches have happened yet. So we actually don't know how he's doing. But yes, I don't agree.
All right. Hey, great. Good.
But anyway, yeah, we'll definitely have you back, Javi. Thank you for being here. Thank you for bringing the game. I think it's time to kick it back over to our hosts of the show, Tim and Nick. Let's kick it back over to them. All right. Well, that went well. I think that went okay. We started out strong in the game, and we lost some.
We pittered. I think we made it further than probably anyone else would have, quite frankly.
I haven't stopped thinking about that Faliadu score in days since we filmed that. Frankly, that's probably my highest achievement in life. But good conversation, good getting to know Javi a little bit better. We're definitely going to have him back on the show to talk more about him and about that game, because I want to play that shit again. That was fun. But Nick, anything else to add before we wrap up this here episode of round 4?
No, that's not true. I believe the season finale of Survivor, Virtual Survivor, is coming up this upcoming Sunday. I believe you would have just seen episode 6. Episode 7's the finale.
Yes.
So episode 7 will premiere Once it ends, we will have a live reunion featuring the winner, as well as most of the people who played. Some people declined to come back. One person was not invited, but most of the people said they want to come back. So,
what's the date on? What's the date on that?
That would be February 16th. Tim, you will be there as well, as you played, and you told me you would be there.
Yep, I'm putting it on the calendar right now.
Love to hear it. But yes, so that's coming up this upcoming Sunday. It's going to be huge. Make sure you check it out. And then we will have the winner on round 4 on the Monday after.
That I did know. Very excited about that. That person, I didn't say it because that would have spoiled the surprise.
Agreed. But thanks for checking out this episode, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, good shit. We'll see you next time. Yeah. I was gonna say we got other people coming up on the show, but you'll see. Yeah. Woo! Grab your cigarettes, grab your condoms, your secrets.